Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me and celebrating the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. This is such an exciting day to really look at the contributions that we've made as women and also look at the future and think about where we want to go next. So my name is Dr. Martha Poe. I am a pharmacist currently living in Rochester, New York. I completed my PharmD in 2022, and right now I am pursuing a master's in public health and also completing a postdoc fellowship related to public health pharmacy. So I think when we look at this day, we can see that we've made so much progress over the years. Things have become so much better for women and girls in science in so many ways. But there are also stark reminders that we have a lot more work to do. As an individual, I have been extremely fortunate in that I have not dealt with a ton of gender discrimination myself. I'm living in a country where I'm perhaps less likely to see that in my day-to-day life, but this is not the case for a lot of people all over the world. And so I think it's really important for us to remember that we're all having these different experiences, and we still need to really put ourselves forward and support each other in our careers and in our pursuit as scientists. So I wanted to give us kind of three different kind of action points and reminders. The first one is to remember that the world needs your brilliance. I think sometimes we forget that when a girl is intimidated or discriminated against and she doesn't go into science, we think it's one person that their career was impacted. But the reality is that the entire world misses out on her brilliance, misses out on what she would have brought to the table as a scientist. And so I think it's really important for us to remember that both, as individuals who are already in science, and most of us probably are, if you're in IPSF, you're already on your journey as a scientist. But also, we need to remember that, but also I think it's important to remember that we make up almost about half of the population. And so when we are not able to bring our ideas to the table, we are missing out on half of the great ideas. And I think it's really important for us to remember that we need to support each other in that way. The second point that I want to bring up is that I think a lot of times as women, we tend to be a bit more humble and imposter syndrome can set in. And so I want to remind everyone that you are where you are because you earned it, because you worked your way there, and because you put in the steps to build yourself to become the version of yourself that you currently are. And I think it's really important that we don't lose sight of that. And we remember that we are contributing members of the scientific community, and we can continue to grow and build ourselves. A third point that I want to bring up is just a reminder that we should be the version of ourselves and be the person that we needed when we were younger. So when I look back on my career, I can think of many women professors who inspired me. I saw their careers and I thought, oh, wow, I want to do that. And I think it's really important for us to remember that, by the time you're in IPSF, you might feel like, oh, I'm just a student. But to that high schooler or to that middle, younger secondary schooler who is even earlier in their career, you have made it so much further than them. They're already looking up to you. So I think it's important for us to remember that we need to be that support system and that person. And maybe in your career, you didn't have that support. So I want to encourage us all to be that person that we wish we had, or that person that we did have, and make sure that we're becoming that for someone else. So the 3 points again are: the world needs your brilliance. Don't want to lose sight of that. Remember that you have something to contribute. The second point is that you earned where you are. You made it here. This is you. And the third point is that we should always be that person that we needed when we were younger, and make sure we're being that for somebody else. Thank you all again for celebrating the International Day of Women and Girls in Science. And on this note, if there is any way that I can support you, I am happy to do it. I will include my email in the video description. And if there's any way that I can help build up your career or support you, I am here for you, and I hope that you would do the same for me. Thank you.